because it usually takes 5 minutes for the notification and the edification. And also, I was ready to stream. Oh, I didn't push the mute button. Terrible. Sometimes I forget to push the mute button, but I remember before I start talking. Oh well, the truth hurts. Yeah, I won't say too much now because nobody's here. If you're not here, raise your hand. Don't mind me, I'll play bridge or something. Ooh, Grand Slam. Oh, it turned out I was having a dinner reservation at Denny's. Wrong Grand Slam. I'll be here all night. All right, bridge was too boring. Let's see, Andrea Botes has 155 viewers. She's one of the Boteses. Japanese Tutor has 27. That's a monster stream for him. He must have gotten rated by like 26 different streamers. And those are the only two people I follow that are online right now. It has recommended channels, Rufus, Doofus. Speaking of Rufus, I heard Rufus and Shaka Khan today on my car and my radio. So there you go. Let's see, let's refresh. Nobody's here yet. If you're not here, raise your hand. 0 people. It says it's the most I've ever had. If you can, well, they thought I was streaming at 9:30, and also they didn't get notified yet. Ben from Redhead Piggy. Nate Shadow the Meh. Let's go. I am 0. Correct. Are you watching the Democratic debate? I watched about 15 minutes. I'm not really a debate person. I mean, you know, if I was a master, I would be a master debater, but I'm a grandmaster, so I don't need no debates. What's up? Hello, Duck Duck Birdie. Good evening from Finland. God damn, it must be 4:18 in the morning in Finland. Jesus. Does Finland even exist? Oh. Yeah. Let's see. High like a hurricane. Now you're talking. Hello. Finland is a state of mind. Good morning from India. Damn. Hi, Ben. It's me, another person. I just watched Rick Shank Redemption. That is a good episode. Yeah. That is good. Does Finland even exist? It's right. Good afternoon. Good evening. So today we're doing Smyslov, obviously, due to the name of the stream and due to the game. And it's funny, whenever I show games, if they're mine, I'm at the bottom. Especially with Karen because, oh, wait, that's not chess. Anyway, so, however, this is a Smyslov stream, and so I played Smyslov, so he's at the bottom. So there you go. I've probably never looked at this game with me at the top. Very suspicious. Evening from North Carolina. Rubber Chicken Baby has subscribed. Nice shirt. Thank you. If I didn't wear it, we'd be sure out of luck. Haven't caught my streams. Okay, well, you should catch them. Watching from Chicago. I like Chicago. How did you like the Korchnoi Iarpov doc? I assume you mean Karpov, and I don't know what you mean. Finegold, we want Carol Khan. That's not how you spell my name. This guy doesn't have a social security card for Roy. He's taking Roy off the grid. That's right. These analysis streams are A+ exclam from Oman. Oman. Now, when I was in, you tell me, who are you? Darwashi. I'm going to look pretty stupid here if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure I'm right. Yeah, I'm afraid I'm going to be wrong. Pretty sure I'm right. When I was in Al Ain in the UAE, by the way, one of my chess students was 1,000 billion% sure the UAE, that Dubai was in India. And I said, Dubai's in the UAE. And they were like, what? So they learned something in my lesson. It wasn't chess, but they learned where Dubai was. They still don't believe me. They still think Dubai's in India, even though I showed it to them. Anyway, I was in Al Ain, which is about 60, 70 miles from Dubai, I guess. And we were at some big thing, like something that's really high up, where you can see all over the place. I'm pretty sure I saw Oman. And the possible I'm wrong and it was Yemen, but I'm pretty sure it was Oman. Because, it was years ago. I can't remember. So let me know if you can see Oman from Al Ain, or I'm confusing it with Yemen, which I'm not. Otherwise, I'd be, crazy. Hello from Kansas City. Hello. I'm on time. Josh Gates subscribed. Hooray, Josh Gates. Any mods here? Hello from Maine. I played the Carol Con and drew a winning game. Go Maine. Hi from Albuquerque. You spelled Albuquerque correctly, so that means you're from Albuquerque. Now, what's funny is the Tigers had a pitcher named Albuquerque, but he spelled it differently. He spelled it Albuquerque, like with an R between the U and the Q, which is weird. I mean, the first U and the first Q, sorry. Let's see. I don't think Yemen, yeah, it was Oman. Yeah, I'm Ahmad. Hello from Ottawa. I'm from New Orleans. I've never been to New Orleans. Amsterdam. Yeah, it was Oman. I was in Al Ain 2 years in a row in December, and both times I was there, it was exactly 80 degrees every day, both years. It's weird. And I visited Dubai, obviously. I wanted to go to the 7-star hotel, but I didn't have enough money to even look at it. They said if I looked at it, I would go to jail. So I just didn't see it. 170 centidues. Thank you. Let's see. I attended my wedding. At least one of them. Yeah, but the Tigers won last night. It was on YouTube TV. Hello from Detroit. I've heard of that. Have I been to Amsterdam? I lived in Belgium for 4 years. I've been to Amsterdam many times. At least 20 times. Documentary. Hello from Havana. Uh-huh. Really? You're in Havana? Wow. And you have the internet? Belgium. Have I been to Toronto? I've been to Toronto also about 20 times. I've gone to the film festival there in September more than once. Although probably the documentary film festival would be interesting, which I think is in April, maybe. And I have relatives in Toronto, but I never see them. Hello from Canada. You spelled palm wrong in palm trees. They spelled palm wrong. P-L-A-M. Probably a typo. Coming back to Earth. Streaming. How chess pieces move. Carl. Cuba plays correspondence. So much bragging. One does not pronounce the second T in Toronto. Tisk tisk. Incorrect. Belgium isn't even a single country. It's not? I'm kidding. I'm from Toronto. Canada. Yeah, people who don't live in Toronto, who are Canadian, don't like Toronto. That's probably the most hated city in Canada for people who don't live there. But I like it. 100 centidues from Darf. 100 centidues from Walrus Bees. Hello from you. That's right, like the second T in Atlanta. Very good. How many world champions have I played? Okay, in FIDE and or USCF rated slow play, I've played Anand. I've played Smyslov. We're getting to the end of the line here. If I'm missing somebody, it's embarrassing. I think that's it. Yeah. I drew Anand in 1986. We were both 16. And I drew Smyslov in 1988, which is the game we're going to look at now. And then, like, for fun, I've played Anand a billion games. Without a clock, 5 minute. I played him a million. Also, I played him in a game 30 in Belgium. I've never played Karpov. I've never played Kasparov. I've never played Fischer. If you consider Ponomarev or Halif been world champions, I never played them. I played Carlsen in the Pro Chess League, but that wasn't rated. I'm trying to think even just for fun if I've played world champions like Blitz or what Buckhouse. No, just Carlsen in the Pro Chess League. So Karen's never going to see this, but today I was looking at some of the comments on the YouTube videos, and one guy was like, "You're the scum of the earth, and I hate you. I hate everything about you. I hate your guts, and you suck, and I'm unsubscribing, and you're not funny." And it's much worse than what I'm saying, without even any swearing. It was just nonstop how much he hated me. And so I deleted the comment, although I thought about leaving it there. But it was like 2 paragraphs of just, I hate you, I hate everything about you. And actually, he came second if the player hit his ball. So I got to give the guy credit. Obviously, you know, the guy who won called in a bomb threat to the Special Olympics. So, but he came in second. So, anyway, he was pretty awesome. That was pretty hateful. So that was good. Good job. Well done if you're watching. Probably you're not watching. And he was very upset when I scream in the microphone. He says that breaks his equipment. He has to buy new equipment. I mean, that's what he claimed. He said it cost him money to buy new equipment. It broke his equipment. I mean, that's what he said. So, also, he didn't like the Barney, I love you, you love me. He didn't like that I ever say 9. He was a big fan of mine. Anyway, no, I like Toronto. Toronto's nice. It's not indulgence, it's indolence. Make Belgium Germany again. Yeah, that's right. I agree with that. Have I ever been to St. Petersburg, the Leningrad one? I have not. No. Toronto's terrible. I like Toronto. Blah, blah, blah. 100 Senators, the Emperor. Watching you right now while moving to close to the speed of light. Damn. You played Cagnus Marlson. Yeah, but it wasn't rated. Yeah, Carlson wasn't for fun. That was for the World Championship. So that was... And we won. Ever play Rui Lopez? Yeah, harsh. I'm not that old. Isn't it weird playing other GMs without a game clock? Yes. Didn't you play Carlson? You spelled Carlson wrong. Ben's videos, binge. Kramnik, Topolov. Ben is old, leave him alone. Why don't you play Arena Kings? Arena Kings is really stupid. In general, chess.com is stupidly run by stupid people, and I hate them. But I make money streaming, which they have almost nothing to do with. But, I mean, the people are nice people. They just don't know how to run chess.com. Arena Kings is really dumb. It's not a tournament that's based on who plays well or scores well. If it was, I would come in last. I don't like Arena Kings format. And also, I stream when I stream, not when I'm told to stream. When I'm not busy or, you know, I'm not taking a nap, I stream. When Arena Kings is not a time I would stream. Now, if it was a Swiss tournament, I might play, but I wouldn't. But Arena Kings is really dumb. Yeah, it's the dumbest format ever. My favorite also a lot of people cheat when you play chess online. I don't want to play in an event with prizes people are cheating. But the funny thing about Arena King is on one of them, Komsky was playing. He got mad because, you know, somebody's cheating against him. So he quit the tournament and closed his account on chess.com. I think he got it back, but that was funny. Have I played Carlini? Never heard of him. Why do you hate Nakamura? Because I know him. Can you link to the comments? That sounds hilarious. What? Playing Anand is quite a good one to have played. Have you played Judith Polgar? I've played Judith many times. It's funny you asked that because tonight at the Chess Center at 7 p.m., which was 2.5 hours ago, Spencer, my son, gave a lecture on Judith Polgar. I've played her many, many times. She beat me in Dortmund. She beat me in Hastings. Wait, Hastings? Or I made that up? She didn't beat me in Hastings. I didn't play at Hastings. She beat me at Dortmund. She beat me in Amsterdam. I beat her in Brussels, but it was a game 15. It wasn't rated. It was a 15-minute tournament. But it had prizes. And then we drew in New York, I think, twice. In the New York Open, there was like an Open and an International, and she was maybe 11 then. So I think I've played her 5 FIDE-rated games, or 4. I think I've played her 4 times FIDE-rated. I have 2 losses and 2 draws. And I played her game 15 in Brussels, and I won. She hung mate and won in double rook ending. So, YouTube comments. I played myself. That's funny, Raj, now. Your videos make me LMFAO? You become a terrible pop band when you read my what? Thanks for answering. I thought you played tall. No. I also never played Korchnoi, so I haven't played either one of them. So forth, 10 minutes, hate. Sorry about leaving that comment. I need a Snickers. Exactly. That comment was funny. The answer is tots. I love you. You love me. This guy says, "What do you mean yelling into the microphone? Can you give me an example?" He claimed it broke his equipment, and he had to buy new equipment. Me yelling in the microphone broke his equipment at his house.
Oh, when did you yell? Recently?
I always yell in the microphone. Yeah, he didn't say when.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. Don't watch. Yeah. My videos are terrible and too short. Correct. It's 4:27 a.m. here in Turkey. Yeah. It ain't cool being no jive Turkey so close to Thanksgiving. What do you think of Praggnanandha's performance at the tournament where he crushed everybody? I think his sister did pretty well, but so did he. Yeah, that's a pretty good family. Praggnanandha's not as good as Saren, but maybe he'll catch up. Blah, blah, blah. My rating has dropped 1,000 points since I've watched you. Seems unlikely. You started at 800. Maybe I'm stupid. What you really think? What's wrong with Arena Kings? Komsky showed them. Someone was flagging Komsky not cheating. Scotland should belong to England. Well, the format's terrible. Carlini's a YouTuber. Never heard of him. Which GM has more interesting personality than me? Grishuk, maybe? He's probably not more interesting. He's probably just funnier. Jesse Cry has probably more interesting personality than me. I'm going to go with Jesse Cry. Yeah, they even wrote a song about him. You ever heard that Janis Joplin song about Jesse Cry? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Karen got it. Okay. Twitchy1322 subscribed again. What a journey. Born in Oz is subscribed for 15 months. Why do I get interrupted by ads? Well, you spelled ads wrong, and you're not a subscriber, so and you don't have ad block turned on, so that's the reason. Lectures at the chess club. We have lectures Tuesday night and then Sunday morning. Have you ever heard of Tunisia? Never. What's in Toronto? What's not in Toronto? Karen has her own stream. Correct. Would love to see you play Carlini. Who's that? How is the Chess Center? Chess Center is great. Suspicious Moves just subscribed. We can't go on together, Karen, with Suspicious Moves. That was the only Elvis song that my first wife liked. She didn't like Elvis. She just liked that one song. Opinion? I like Elvis. That song seems like average to me. You know the song, Suspicious Minds? Yeah. That's his only good song? What?
Oh, isn't she into conspiracy theories?
Oh, yeah. Maybe that's why. Yeah. I didn't think of that. She's like, I don't like it, but that song's great. I remember the World Chess Festival in St. John, New Brunswick, Canada. So do I. I wish there were some more events like that. Well, if somebody has $1 billion, yeah. What about other Polgar sisters? What about them? Oh, I've never played Susan, and I played Sophia once, and she beat me the same tournament Judith did. And then I played her in a Blitz tournament in Beale, and I beat her there in the last round. And I tied for first, actually. Very strong tournament. I'm an 1100 player. Would you play some today? No. What about that Hastings? You're covering Steins von Bartoleben? Obviously. Do you boil chicken or fry them? Well, I don't do either. And even though Karen eats chicken, she probably doesn't do either. Yeah. So the answer is no. It's like boxers or briefs. No. Especially when we're talking about Karen. All right. Who's your favorite player? Karen. Oh, because almost never wears underwear. That's my favorite. Yeah. It could be other people don't wear underwear. Then they're not my favorite. Ew. Go Ben. Go Ben. See, they think I'm kidding, so you're safe. All right. Why do I suck at chess? The truth hurts. That's why. Von Bartoleben, biggest rage quit in history. Well, he won the Nakamura Good Sportsmanship Award. Did you watch the debate tonight? I watched about 15 minutes of it. Will you play another Simul in person? What does that mean? He must have bought from the dollar store. Who's your favorite Super GM? Are you a Super GM, Karen? No. Who's my favorite Super GM? I don't know. Wesley, I guess. Turkey, I thought you were vegan. Correct. Reshevsky, you're fine? That's how you spell Reshevsky? Reshevsky was good. Fine was insane. Reshevsky was also insane. Reshevsky, obviously. The King's Indian defense. Knight BD7 is not a great move. Queen D2 is not a good move. Rook E8. Yeah, all that's wrong. 532 in Armenia. Nice. Greco or Philidor, spelled Greco wrong. Obviously, Philidor. Greco's games are all made up. Smothered Mate. Did you see new Tarantino? Karen Spencer and I saw it on opening night Thursday. So, yes. Never heard of Carlini. Nice. That was just put on Mubot. That was very good. John, you're doing a good job. Jobava and Gareev have very interesting personalities. Interesting spelling of Gareev. Naroditsky is interesting. Naroditsky's not interesting. But Jobava and Gareev are. Yeah. My favorite ginger is in criminal trouble. Fraud? Who are you talking about? My favorite chubby ginger, is that Ginger GM? Is that Ricky Gervais? Is that Louis C.K.? Who's my favorite chubby ginger? They all could be in legal trouble knowing those guys. So, as far as I know, none of them are. I'm the hottest streamer. Karen agrees. She's always cold, and then she's like, you're hot. Yay. Rematch ginger or something. When's the next 12-hour stream? Nobody knows. I watched the rematch, Galway, I think, rematch of the century. What? Danny Wrench has more interesting personality, but he's not a GM. So, yeah. Aronian's pretty funny. Twitch Prime lets you watch videos ad-free. What? Danny Spanner, because a wrench is a spanner. All right. Surin, Adagamoiter, King, Krushar, or Mato Jelik. Never heard of any of them. Do you own any cool or valuable chess sets? No, I don't own any chess sets. Ginger GM. Ben's never heard of Agadmator. Does Toronto have a good chess scene? Not really. What's my favorite movie? Obviously Pulp Fiction, and frankly. What's my favorite square on the chessboard? Probably F1. What do I think of New Jersey? It's not as bad as it is. Toronto is the best city in the whole wide world. Why does the Kali system suck? Kali system is good, especially the Kali Zukertort. That's Karen's favorite. Hello from Prasil. Just chatting. Neither one of those is right. The chatting or the play chess. I should just chat though. Favorite super GM right now? I don't know. Do I ever have vegan sushi? I do. Morphe, I'm dead. Morphe or Carlson? Obviously Morphe. Karen plays Ben. Were you in debate club at school? I was not. Are you reading this instead of doing chess? No, I'm doing chess. I'm not reading this. I live in Toronto. Quite small. Giannis or well, Giannis, obviously. The chat is 2.32. What's the best way? Who did? Willfoot95 just subscribed. Yay. Yeah, the debates are usually not very interesting. Who's nicer, Wesley So or Eric Rosen? Karen?
I don't really know Wesley So I'll have to say Eric Rosen.
Eric Rosen by default. Why was Fine insane? Because he was a psychoanalyst. When is Mike Hummer going to stream? Well, it doesn't matter. When he does, I'm there. Go Mike Hummer. I will donate $500. Although I don't, it looks like it's apropos of nothing. Did you say something before it? Am I supposed to stand on my head? Fox News, best American player was Pillsbury? Maybe. What Starbucks drink is this? It's the dragon drink. It's coconut milk and dragon fruit. Do you think Tarantino will only do one more movie? No. Pension fraud. Wait, is this guy serious? This guy's saying Ginger GM is in trouble with the police or something.
I haven't heard anything about
Yeah, I think he's just making it up, even though he's probably right. Did Once Upon a Time in Hollywood come out? Yeah, I saw it last week. So, yeah, with Karen and Spencer. Is this a pre-recorded scam stream? Yes. Send me your pension. Is this really live or Memorex? And you misspelled Memorex and put Memotex. Boo. How do I chess? Good question. Oh, you corrected your Memorex. Okay, never mind. What's my highest Puzzle Rush score? 44. And Karen's is 22, so I'm twice as big as her. Can you do ASMR? You can whisper your moves into the microphone. That's more of a Karen thing. Will you be doing Puzzle Rush? I will not. Google British chess pension fraud. Uh-oh. Hey, can you Google that?
Okay.
British chess pension fraud. Do you like any classical music? I love Liszt, Chopin, and Debussy. Yeah, my two favorites are Debussy and Bach. Now, if you're going to listen to them, you start with Debussy and then you finish with Bach. Always Debussy first, then Bach. You understand? You start with Debussy and then you finish on the Bach. I did steal that from Family Guy, but it's still funny. Yeah, my mom's favorite is Chopin. All she does is listen to classical music. She does nothing else. So I have some knowledge. And we have several pianos in our home. And Karen and Holden, her older son, can play classical music. So I think Karen likes classical music also. Yeah. So I know some classical music. Okay. I live in Toronto. Creekor might raid. Littlefoot subscribe. I already said that. Did you look it up?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right
Okay. Also, he owes me 20 subs. Someday I'll get them. Do I prefer the King's Indian to Benoni? I like King's Indian. Kobe versus Jordan in chess. Who would win? Probably draw. Do I know? I can't pronounce either name. No. Invite Rosen to CCSCATL. What do you mean? You wish you could donate? That's almost as good as donating. Who's the best chess player in Argentina? Probably Neidorf was the best. Is this position still theory? Yes. No, Carlsen's, like 5th or 6th best of all time. He's like an average world champion. Never sub, never donated, neighbor's Wi-Fi, correct. That's the way you do it. Recently found your videos. Steph Curry's the greatest of all time. Incorrect. Tarantino will only do one more movie. Yeah, I don't believe that. Kasparov better than Carlsen, unfortunately. Will the next Star Wars movie be good? I think so. I'm going to see it. Who's my favorite vegan GM? I don't know. Good question. Man, I got a link from Raj. You see that link? Man, there's a lot of links. Damn. Twitchy gifted a sub to Daryl Morey. Thank you. Thanks, Twitchy. Did you read it?
Yeah.
He's the innocentest?
I'm not sure about it.
He's probably innocent. Ginger GM's a good guy. Could you show us a 50 move mate for your upcoming birthday? Yeah. I'll be 50 September 6th. The more you donate, the more I'll be 50. I got kicked in Debussy once. Your name is Denny Crane. I like that. Oh, Danny Crane. Do you remember your first game as a kid? I think I lost to Matt Bolden when I was 6 and I cried. I think that's my first game. Ginger GM is in the London Times front page. God damn. I didn't hear about any of this. Yeah, probably it's all a trick. It's an April Fool's joke. Start analysis 3 exclams. And Raj is talking to you. Moobot's broken. Name the 3 best places in Canada. Probably Vancouver, which I've never been to. And then Toronto. And then I've been to Winnipeg, so I'll say Winnipeg. I gotta say something. I've been to St. John. That's not one of the 3 best. Windsor? Let's see. Average world champ. Do you like Rachmaninoff? Sure, who doesn't? Stop hating on Carlsen. Nobody's hating on Carlsen. Let's see. What do I think? Who do I think is the next world champ? Me. Ananda's not vegan, no. What's my favorite movie that involves chess? I don't Artemayev, LeBron James Sr., Jr. Hi, Justin Bieber. Who will be the next world champion? Again. He's denied wrongdoing. All right. Yeah. Happy birthday. Happy birthday! Even if it's not your birthday. Majora 1988. Let's see. Another Star Wars movie. It comes out in December, I think. Dial on are the 3 best places in Canada. Did you watch the movie Cube? I did not. Canada's full of snow and nice people. You can call them people. I heard there was supposed to be analysis. Incorrect. Who would win, Tall or Morphe? Draw. Have you ever played Calvin Blocker? I've played Calvin Blocker at least 15 rated games. I have 5 or 6 Smyslov games ready. Godfather's the best movie ever? It's definitely top 5. As is Godfather 2. What's my favorite movie that's not... What? The best 5 players, LeBron James. All right, who's texting me? Oh, the Ginger GM thing. Yeah, well, I was breaking the law before Ginger GM was born. So, whatever. Yeah. I'm sure he's the innocentest. Just like I am. Ben's back. That is funny, actually. Okay. Coolest Blue just subscribed. Breaking Bad is better than any Godfather movie. I don't know about that. All right. Let's have a look at what I was going to show you. So the first game I'm going to show you for Smyslov is the game I played him. Now, I also played him in 1984 in Moscow in a simultaneous exhibition. I was black and a French. I was losing. He unsoundly sacrificed the exchange and resigned. And then I played him a real game in 88 in Lloyd's Bank in London. And I had the white pieces. We played Nimzo Indian. I always play Queen C2. And this game got a lot of mention because in 1995, there was a match at the World Trade Center between Anand and Kasparov, and they followed this game. I'm not sure if they knew the game, but probably. And then when the game was printed everywhere, they would say, oh, this is Finegold Smyslov from 88. So this is also a game for, I think it was game 1 of the World Championship match between Kasparov and Anand. And their game went like this also. Now, Knight F3 is the most common move. And I played the move E3 because my friend Jeff Ashton, he said E3 is better. And his reasoning was, after Knight F3, the most common move is Queen F5, which tries to trade queens. But now Queen F5 doesn't make any sense because of Bishop D3. I don't know. It was 30 years ago. Leave me alone. Okay, and this is the game. Yeah. Now in this position, Anand or Kasparov, I forgot who was white. That's a good question. Who was white in the Kasparov-Anand game? Anand won game 9. He must have been white. So Anand was white. I don't know. Anyway, he played bishop takes knight, and I don't give the 2 bishops so easily. That's the engine move. White ends up getting no advantage, and they drew. But I played bishop c3 because I want to keep my bishops. That's right, as advertised. Okay, and he played e5, so his bishop has lots of squares. Knight f3, bishop g4. And it's sort of boring. White's a little better. And I played queen b3 because I thought black would start attacking me, and I wanted to trade queens. That's not a very ambitious move. And that gives away any advantage white could have. Rook e8, bishop b5, still trying to win his pawn. Knight d7. The engine says white's better here. I made him move the engine. Yeah, engine says this is okay. And then rook a5 attacking the pawn. And he played f6 and offered me a draw. I said never play f6. And I went on to win and then became world chess champion. The end. No, in this position, we agreed to a draw. Pretty boring position. White's a little bit better. And I think it's in August, so I was 18 years old. Yeah. So that improved my record against Smyslov to 1.5 out of 2. As long as you count, the game that didn't count. Krikor is rating me with a party of 197, returning the favor. Yesterday I rated him when he was doing the broadcast of some, like, Arena Kings or something. Yeah. And I rated him with less people. So thank you, GM Krikor. You're the best. Better than all the rest. Better than anyone I ever met. Etc. Mainly etc. Go Krikor. Okay. I rated chess.com, but Krikor was doing the, yeah. Right. We do hate Arena Kings, it's true, but we like Krikor. He wasn't streaming from his channel. Yeah, I know. I know what was happening. Okay. So go Krikor, go Brazil, go Pele, go etc., mainly etc. So this position's about equal. Maybe white's slightly better. Maybe these pawns are a little worse than these pawns, but it's nothing to be too proud of. Yeah. So draw agreed. So that was the least interesting game of the games I'm going to show you. But I played Smyslov, so I think I'll show you. Obviously, the Simul game, I don't have. I got nothing. Got Vishwa, nothing. Okay. Now we'll show you some real Smyslov games. This is Smyslov Karpov. But I have the starting position with the engine on, and it says E4.7 for white. Very suspicious. Mr. Popezilla subscribed. Thank you, sir. Do I listen to Brazilian singing? I do not. What's the deal with F6? It's like airline food. All right. So this is one of the many games where Smyslov beat Karpov. He beat him at least twice. That's many. And they played a symmetrical English. And Karpov played D5. And they actually transposed to an isolated queen pawn's position, which you could get from many openings. The Caro-Kann, the Nimzo-Indian, the Semi-Tarash. And the reason is the Smyslov played E3. G3 is probably more common now. And after D4, he captured it. So this position, you'd probably more likely see from a Panov Caro-Kann. In fact, let's try to do it now. Let me see if I can do it. Panov Caro-Kann. There we go, I did it. This is one of the mainline positions from the Panov Caro-Kann, and this is the same position. There's no difference. Okay, so bam. I went back to the game and the position didn't change. Amazing. Probably could do it from Nimzo-Indian too. But, then he'd play Bishop B4 and go back here, and it would be a disaster. All right. Bishop E7, Bishop D3. This is all standard isolated queen pawn kind of stuff. Rook E1. Knight went back to F6. Probably not the most common move. A3 I like. Stops knight B4. Black wants to do that. B6 obviously. All right. So white's trying to do this beginner kind of checkmate. You want to sit here? People can see you? No. Oh. We want Karen. Okay, rook C8. And now, for the first time in the game, we see a real threat. Bishop G5. Okay? And we're threatening to take the knight, and then queen takes H7 mate. So black is forced to play G6, which is fine. Rook AD1 is fine. And normally what black wants to do in these positions is trade pieces. Then white has an isolated queen pawn and no compensation. The reason the isolated queen pawn can be good is sometimes we play the annoying D5, and sometimes we play the annoying knight E5, and it's defended by a pawn. So sometimes that pawn's good. If black plays an early B5, then sometimes the knight can come to C5, which obviously can't happen here. Okay, in this position, the engine wants to play knight A5, unleashing the bishop. Karpov played knight D5, that's okay. As I said, white wants to not trade pieces and black does. So bishop h6 was played. Probably the only good move. And then bishop a4. The bishop isn't really doing anything on this diagonal anymore. It's blocked. But he's pinning the knight on that diagonal. So that's pretty good. Okay, slightly better for white. And Karpov makes, I think, a little inaccuracy here. The engine right now says bishop f8. I can't argue with that. He played a6. Obviously, he wants to play b5 at some point. Knight takes d5. That's a good move. Black doesn't want to take with the pawn and block his bishop on b7. So he takes with the queen. He's still trying to put pressure on the isolated pawn. And now an excellent move, queen to e3. Okay, defending the bishop. The rook is now opposite the queen in case later we play knight e5. And we also have bishop b3, and sometimes we sack on e6 and mate the king. So queen e3 is quite a nice move. Bishop f6 is the best move. Bishop b3 is the best move. Very good move. And now Karpov blundered and made the losing move. Basically the worst move. Now another good thing about queen e3, other than attacking e6, which Karpov stopped, was after I played d5, opening up the position, I have queen takes b6. In this position, black has to retreat his queen to d7 or d8, and white has a nice advantage because d5 is coming. And instead he blundered queen h5, losing the game immediately. A really bad blunder from Karpov. Now, if the queen's on d8 or d7, it's defending the rook on e8. What's funny is, previous lecture I gave a week ago, we saw Kasparov-Karpov World Championship match where Karpov made a similar blunder, where he also gave up 2 rooks for a queen near the back rank because his rooks weren't defended properly. Well, this rook isn't defended, so I can play d5. You can't take because you get checkmated. Now, if white's going to play d5 and you're not going to take it, you can't do that. Terrible. So queen h5 was a dreadful move. The d5, white's just winning. So that's one of the worst moves in Karpov's career, I would say. And, I mean, the engine just resigns. It says white's up 1,000. Okay, Karpov didn't want to lose his knight, so he played knight to d8. I mean, ridiculous. And every move wins because the knight's on d8, and the rook is not protected, so you can never take the d-pawn. And my d-pawn can just go here. So every move wins. And, of course, the engine plays bishop to g5, which is not a move I would consider. And Smyslov played d6, and he's like, oh boy. Yay, my pawn's the best. Okay, Karpov played the best move, rook c5. Otherwise, d7 wins. Queen takes b6 wins. d7. And obviously, white's winning here. White has a pass pawn in the 7th rank. And there's a knight blocking it, and the rook just doesn't make any sense. Okay, queen f4 is the best move. Let's ask Karen. If white could move his queen again, right? He would take the bishop on f6, winning a bishop. Where else could the queen go that's super powerful? Super powerful. Queen b8. You're going to see how powerful that is really soon. Yeah. Queen f4 is a good move. Okay, he played bishop g7. The engine says bishop takes f3 is best. Then queen takes wins. Little man Tamu just subscribed. Thank you. And then he played queen b8 as suggested by Karen. That's annoying. Takes. Always play bishop f8. Now in this position, we have the very simple queen takes bishop and pro to a queen. And I guess he didn't want his pawns doubled. So he played rook e3 first because there's no defense to that. Then after bishop c6, he's like, all right, I'll win a piece. Yeah. And black, being down a piece, resigned. He's like, well, I'm down a piece, I resigned. Yeah. So that was one of the worst games Karpov's ever played because he played queen h5. Terrible. Then white played d5, d6, d7, d8, and Karpov's like, all right. Now, this was before Karpov was world champion, but it was still, Karpov was top 15 in the world. So very embarrassing. Are you embarrassed for Karpov? Yeah, Smyslov's pretty good. Yeah. So a crushing victory, making Karpov look bad. Pawn Grubber is rating with a party of 15. Nice. Thanks, Pawn Grubber. You're the best. Krekor was the best, but then he probably left. So now you're the best. Yeah. Anyway, this is a heavyweight battle of world champions. So that's pretty impressive. Even though Karpov wasn't world champion yet. Yeah. All right, next game was a very interesting game that I'm sure most of you know. That's 1 second. They don't know. And I know this game for many years because it was played in a tournament that has a very famous book about it. Let's see if Karen knows. Which tournament book is the most famous of all time? What tournament has a book about it? It's the most famous. Let's see if these Rufus and Doofus know. Doofus knows and Rufus knows. Yeah. Zurich, 1953. There's actually more than one book on the subject, but who wrote the famous one? Let's see if they know. Come on. Very good. Okay. Will you see a tall game tonight? You never know. It's by David Bronstein. Right? You heard of him? Yeah, I beat him once, but we're not talking about me here. Also lost to him twice. Anyway, Bronstein wrote a book on Zurich 53, which is considered by many the best chess book ever. I think it's like a C+, but I have high standards. Ooh, coconut milk. Anyway, so I've seen this game many times because when I was a kid, I had books because we didn't have anything else. So I was reading the Zurich 53 book a lot. And this was one of the most famous games in the tournament. We're going to have to reverse our polarity. Okay. Now, let me tell you something funny. Zurich 53, they're all like, Zurich 53. They're all like Bronstein. They know everything, right? You know what they don't know? They don't know who won the tournament. I've never met anybody who knows who won the tournament. Everybody has the book. Everybody looks at the games. Everybody knows Bronstein wrote the book. They don't know who won the tournament. Who won? And there's a cross table, and it tells you everything. They don't know. Then look at that. Yeah, they got nothing. Yeah. Yeah, this guy says Carlson won. Yeah, this guy says Geller won. Yeah. So far, 4 people are right. Somebody said I won. Somebody said Anand won. Yeah, Smyslov won the tournament. So strong tournament, like all the best players in the world. Now, one of the famous games from this tournament, which I'm sure you're well aware of, is Szabo Reshevsky. Laszlo Szabo. From what country? I'll give you a hint. Pretend he didn't eat. He would be... If he didn't eat, he would be... He'd be hungry. Yeah, he's hungry. And Szabo had mate in 2. Queen takes checkmate. He did something else and they drew. Reshevsky hung mate in 2 and Szabo didn't see it. So that was one of the famous games from the tournament. Okay. Smyslov's too boring to win. Wait till you see this game. Anish Giri won. Okay. So this game, Kara sacked all of his pieces to mate Smyslov, and Smyslov's like, you got nothing. You're all talking a badge. Then he changed his name to Robert De Niro. Did you know that? Yeah. What movie am I quoting? You got nothing. You're all talking a badge. Robert De Niro. Come on. I'll give you a hint. That was my hint. I couldn't touch you because you're untouchable. The Untouchables.
Oh.
Did you see it?
Oh, yeah, a long time ago.
Yeah, Robert De Niro. He played Al Capone.
Mm-hmm.
He told Kevin Costner, you got nothing. Okay, Raging Bull. Boo! Don't you guys know anything? Untouchables. That guy knew something. All right. Stella. Wrong movie. All right, also you spelled Zurich with a K. Close. Yeah, good job. Okay, anyway, here's the game. They transposed into some weird opening nobody's ever seen. Very suspicious. Okay, now it looks sort of normal. All right, this looks okay. Before that, I don't know. All right. And I like the way Kara's played, because after knight here, instead of playing bishop b1, playing for the attack, he played bishop f1. Now you're talking. Now he has to play bishop f1 because Smyslov has some attack here on the c4 pawn. Now this kind of position might look familiar to you because it looks like the Karpov-Smyslov game we just looked at. Pardon me, Smyslov-Karpov. And in that game, Smyslov very early played a3 to prevent knight b4. Keres did no such thing. He said, I don't care about knight b4. All right. So bishop f1, defending the c4 pawn. Knight e4, rawr. So he's very aggressive, threatening knight takes and knight takes a2. So he plays a3. Always retreat. And now Keres goes for it. Instead of having a tiny advantage and slowly trying to win, he plays like a lunatic. Now the engine wants to play the super sharp c5 and then b4 and use the queenside majority, which white has. But Keres is like knight e5, bishop, knight, rook, queen, other rook, rawr, I'm going to mate you. And his reason, I guess, is there's no black pieces here. So, all right, let's mate him. So he plays knight e5, which is the wrong plan. Now black's better. Takes, takes. Bishop f6. And these things never work. But he's sort of going all in now. The engine doesn't play rook h5, but, you know, he's going all in. He's going to play for mate. So if he wins, then I would give a Keres lecture. But, you know. Okay, g6, kicking out the rook. And he's like, no, you didn't kick out my rook. Roar! And Smyslov said, no talking. All right, now we're going to pause, okay, because Karen's here, and she's going to give some great suggestions.
I haven't even been looking at the game.
Yeah, I know. Now, in this position, White's sacrificing a rook, and he's playing for mate, right? So he just played rook here, doubling up on the bubble up. Okay, and Ginger GM recommended it because Keres actually had one of his people steal from Smyslov's hotel room during the game. Yeah, amazing. Complicated joke. Okay, so he was thinking, if this takes this, I'll take with the queen, and then look at that attack, right? He's like, yay, I'm the greatest. Okay. Now, I got to show you something funny. Well, before I show you, let's all guess what the best move is for black. It's the only good move, and it's winning for black, and that's what Smyslov did. Not Crabtastic subscribed, never play f6. Thank you, sir. Also, you can donate if you want. I won't complain. I mean, I'll complain a little bit. But, you know. What would you play with black? They're all taking the rook.
Yeah, that's what I had.
Okay, if you take the rook, now I'm threatening mate. So you only have one move that makes any sense at all. Rook e8, so your king can get out. Okay, and now this is the amazing move, which I'm sure Keres saw. It's a4. That's what you were going to play. The reason is the king wants to go here to escape from the mate, but the bishop goes here. See what I'm saying? Okay, and the engine says white's winning. This is winning for white. Too much attack. Bishop here, queen here, etc. Okay. Now, without a4, then white's all talking a badge. Then white's got nothing. Then the king just runs out and it's okay. Okay, so Smyslov didn't take the rook. He took the c pawn. He's like, yeah, whatever. You got nothing. You're all talking a badge. I don't care about your rooks. And the reason is that's a good bishop. Nice, good, everything's good. Okay, and he took on h7. Looks scary, right? Wouldn't you be scared if you were black? Okay, and once again, Smyslov played the only good move. It wins and no other move wins. Only one good move. So he's ignoring his opponent, and he's attacking on the queen side. He played c3. Okay, now when you play c3, if there was a rook here, you couldn't go there. You agree? So if you play c3, he's PO'd because he can't play r2 to d2.
Yeah, that's good.
All right, good job. Also, I'm high and you're low.
It doesn't.
Usually, never mind. Okay, so after c3, the engine says black is winning. Very cold-blooded engine logic. That's right. Codex needs a better engine. Okay, can you show variance a little bit deeper? I cannot. Okay, what happened after h3? h3 was never played, so I can't help you. Okay, so c3 attacking the bishop and blocking the bishop from potential attack on the king side. He's like, you got nothing. Now, what's better than doubling up on the bubble up? Tripling up on the bubble up, right? Mm-hmm. So white wants to get a queen on the h file. You agree?
Yeah.
Queen h4 hangs the queen, even if you could legally play it. Queen h5 hangs the queen. You know what doesn't hang the queen? Queen h6. So if there was a queen here, that would be good for white now, wouldn't it? So what did Keres do? How do you get his queen to h6? There's only one way you can do it in 2 moves.
Queen d2.
That hangs the queen to the pawn.
Oh, yeah.
But you're close.
Queen c1.
That's what he played. He's going to go here. Once he goes here, he's winning for sure. So Smyslov resigned. Yeah. You know what Smyslov did? He's like, yeah, go there. I don't care. So he played the only good move. Queen takes d4. The reason is when you play queen h6, you actually have no threat because my queen and bishop defend on the diagonal. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Okay. So black's winning on the queen side in the center. White thinks he's winning on the king side. Roar. Right? No threat. Now, when I said there was no threat, I was lying. Even though I'm sitting. All right, are you ready?
Yeah.
I don't think you're ready. This is a very hard puzzle rush problem.
All right.
And by hard, I mean easy. White mates in 2 moves. It's not white's turn, though. Mm-hmm. If it was white's turn, white has mate in 2. What's the mate in 2 for white? If it's white's turn. That guy has the right answer, but the wrong notation. Like, he put the wrong algebraic notation, so his move's illegal. But he has the right answer, he just doesn't know how to do notation. Then that's the wrong answer. He corrected his wrong notation.
What is mate in 2?
Yeah, not only is there a mate in 2, there's 2 mates in 2s. There's 2.
All right, let me see.
There's 2.
I'm terrible at
There's 2
calculating.
of them.
Okay, so
2.
queen takes g6 check.
No.
And then
No, that
pawn
doesn't.
takes.
Yeah, right.
I don't know, because okay.
So you could mate this way.
Rook check.
Right, rook, either rook check. Let's say I go here, okay?
Okay.
This check, mate.
Okay.
Or check, mate. This is called a clearance sacrifice. Mm-hmm. White wants to play queen takes rook checkmate, but it's his rook.
Yeah.
So he has to get his rook out of the way. Now, let's pretend you see that mate and you don't want to get mated. Right? Mm-hmm. How would you stop it? You're black. It's your move. You see the mate. You don't want to get mated. So what did Smyslov do? There's 2 moves that win. They're the same move, but they have this. They're different moves that have the same idea. Let's say I was going to grab you, and you were like, I got to get out of here. So there's a door, and you get out the door, right? Mm-hmm. That's the answer to this. So that should make it easy for you. White's going to checkmate black. Black has to get out of there. She doesn't know because when I go to grab her, she's like, yeah, whatever. If she was like, no, I got to get out of here, then she would get the answer right away.
So you have to make some room to run?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So how do we do it?
So move the rook up.
See, she's pretending she's at Starbucks and now she wants room. What do you do?
Rook d8.
Right. And you could also play rook e8, but you want the most room possible.
Right. So
rook d8's better. They both win, but this is better. Yeah. So black is like developing his pieces and white's tripling on the h file and black's like, you got nothing. Okay, bishop c1 because the bishop was attacked. Now every move wins. He attacked the queen. Tried to trade queens. He queened his c-pawn. The game's over now. Now it's just silliness. So he played check. And then after takes, you see how if I take this, you take with the queen? Mm-hmm. So after rook check here, black played a Zwischenzug and white resigned. He didn't take the bishop. What did he do? 200 centavos, my biggest donation ever.
Let's see. Good queen d4 check.
Yeah. Then he super resigned because here comes black checkmating white with a lot of queens, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, resigns. So that was one of the greatest games of the tournament because Paul Keres is all up in your grill, threatening mate, sacking his rook. And Smyslov's like, whatever, rawr, I'm world champion, you're not. Now that could be a whole lecture why Keres wasn't the world champion. Some people say he took a dive because Botvinnik told him to. Right? He wasn't allowed to become world champion. And some people are like, no, that didn't happen. Yeah. And Smyslov was the world champion because, Smyslov. Yeah. Now, after I saw this game, I invited him to my wedding. So I was like, all right. But Keres, no. Yeah. I think West played Keres.
Oh, really?
Yeah. In one of Keres' last tournaments. Yeah. All right. Yes?
I'm just wondering, I'm wondering if I should go home. Archer seems like he wanted me to come home.
He did? That doesn't sound like him.
Yeah, he called me to FaceTime me a while ago.
What did he say?
Just wondering when I was coming home. He is only 10.
Maybe he doesn't want you to come home. He's wondering when you're coming home is he has to stop what he's doing.
No.
Yeah.
He.
Let's vote in the chat.
I mean, his older brother's there. He's not home alone. 10. My other son's there, but vote what?
Yeah, I'll put Coupler agrees. Yeah, he's like, when are you coming home? Because I got to find that out.
No.
Yeah.
I think he.
Do you guys think he wants his mom to come home? He's like, oh my God, she's coming home. Quick, hide. Let's see. Vote. Working together. Ivanchuk better than Keres. What? 9. Mom coming home. LOL. Karpov was Botvinnik's pupil. This isn't really answering my question. Yeah, he's asking so to know to stop what he's doing. They all agree with me that he doesn't want you coming home.
No, that wasn't it.
He's drinking and smoking, and he's 10. Yeah, harsh. He wants to eat. You'll feed him. Wouldn't he eat more if you weren't there? Because he could get in there. Man, you know how much junk is in there? Oh, my God. You bought, like, unbelievable amounts of junk last time.
I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
What did I buy?
You usually bought, like, cookies and weird cookies, black and white cookies. You bought all kinds of stuff.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
I never even saw that stuff.
Yeah.
Have you watched Inglourious Bastards? What do you think? Have I watched Inglourious Bastards? This guy says he really wants you to come home. They don't want her home. Cookies for life. Cookies. Yeah. The answer is R2D2. Yeah, instead of asking when you're coming home, he could watch the stream. Then he's know when you're coming home. So he's probably watching now. Him and Holden are discussing it. Like, oh, she's coming. Yeah, that's pretty good. Black and white cookies.
That's not what it was.
Archer's throwing a huge party at Karen's house. No, she's coming home. Yeah. Yeah. All right. By the way, if you saw, she keeps a mowing. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, that's like our dog. Yeah. Okay. You know the dog? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I'm like Brad Pitt, right? All right.
Hey, that's right, Kirby.
Who? What?
I said boys love their moms.
Yeah. That dog was super. That's a tough dog. Oat milk or coconut milk? Coconut milk. Okay, I'm a boy and I agree. Boys love their mama. What? Ben is sexier than Brad. That's the guy who said Archer wants you home. Said I'm sexier than Brad. So I don't know. He probably barked up the wrong tree here, which is funny because it's a dog. Vegan mayonnaise or something. Correct. All right, let's look at another game. Smyslov Botvinnik. Okay. Now, I was trying to show this game once to Dave Vest, but he said it was Botvinnik versus Botvinnik. So I was like, all right. Complicated joke. What? Okay, Smyslov's white. This was in a world championship match. And if I remember correctly, and actually I don't, I think they played 3 world championship matches. They each won one and one was a tie. Is that right? I'm pretty sure that's right. I think that's right. I think Smyslov won the first, Botvinnik won the second, and the third one was a tie. Sounds good, right? I think that's what happened.
Somebody can look at it.
Okay, anyway, they played a French defense, so Karen's happy. And here, I don't think Karen plays bishop b4. That was named after your favorite grandmaster, Simon Winowar, who went to jail for a fraud. Oh, wait, that's another Simon. Okay, so e5, c5. This is the Winowar. Now, nowadays, everybody plays bishop takes c3 check, but bishop a5 is played occasionally. It's a rare move. And now, this move will shock you. You don't want to look. This is the main move. It's not a move you would play. You would never think of this move, but it's the main move.
Okay.
You'd be like, what? They didn't play that. b4. That's the most common move. Okay? And the idea is, if you take it, I go knight here, and so forth. So he took this pawn. You can also play knight here, but he played queen here to confuse you. He wants to play queen takes g7 and take the rook. Did black let him do that? No. So he played here. He took the bishop, took the knight, tried to take the rook. Here. So are you confused? Because I am. Confusing, right? Weird.
Yeah.
Okay. So he played knight d7, developing a piece. They start developing their pieces. Now, I don't know this position or this variation. If the next move is a good move, then this just sucks for black. Okay, you can't play these moves. These moves aren't allowed. So Botvinnik should be ashamed of himself. No super grandmaster would play this move. Terrible. Knight f8. No, that's awful. The knight's terrible on f8. Ugh. Because that's an awful move. Now he's just losing. Okay, queen d3 I like. Queen takes a5 I like. And now, remember I told you about Ginger GM? Notice white has a passed h pawn, which doesn't look very dangerous until I show you the rest of the game.
Okay.
So he puts it in h. The idea is h5, h6, h7. Remember the Smyslov game with Karpov? d4, d5, d6, d7, d8. All right. Bishop d7. Bishop g5 looks pretty good. Knight d4. This is just terrible for black because of that stupid knight f8 move. Okay, he plays rook b1 because the rook's good on b1. Good job. Rook c4. Trade. Now, the reason Botvinnik played knight f5 and messed up his pawns is pretty obvious, right?
No.
Right. You see the knight on f8 I was making fun of? He wants to go to e6. Then I'll stop making fun of it. Then okay, I won't make fun of it then. So he messes his pawn structure up so his knight can get to a good square. Rook takes b7. Rook e4 check. And now you're sitting down. Okay. I'm going to give you 3 guesses. Ready? You ready? Did he play bishop e2, bishop e3, or king d1? I'll give you 3 guesses.
Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, I would think.
Tayak DC subscribe. Thank you.
That seems scary. I don't know. King D1.
No. Not a bad move, but he didn't do that.
Well, which one then?
None of them.
Oh.
What did he do if he didn't do any of them? What else could he do?
I don't know, not sack the queen.
Right, not sack the queen, but that's the only other legal move is you have to sack the queen.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so that's a good bishop, right? That's pretty good. And rook here looks pretty good, right? Yeah, so he took the rook. Now, the engine actually prefers playing bishop e2, but it says this wins also. It's just funny that he sacked his queen. Checkmate. Not really. Check. Bishop b5 check's an awesome move because you're expecting rook takes bishop check. Now, if you play knight d7, rook takes bishop is going to be mate.
Knight D7.
If you play knight d7, rook takes bishop is mate.
Oh, okay.
I mean, eventually. Next move. So he has to sack his queen back, and white's up the exchange. So that was pretty good queen sack, and he got his queen back right away, and he's winning the endgame. Remember when I told you he'd queened this pawn? Mm-hmm. H5. It's very hard to stop H6, H7, H8. Very hard. So he played A6, bishop A6 attacking the rook, and then Smyslov's like, yeah, whatever. H7, H8. Mm-hmm. And then he stopped it by resigning. Very good game by Smyslov. Now, in my professional opinion, which you don't have to agree with, that wasn't a typical game between these two guys. Smyslov's a positional genius, and Botvinnik's a strategical genius, and this game was tactical. And in the tactical department, Botvinnik didn't see the tactics as well as Smyslov. But more importantly, Botvinnik played knight f8. Oh, God, horrible. Boo. So a great game by Smyslov, because now when the game's over, when he resets the pieces, he doesn't have to move his king or his rook back. And Botvinnik only has his king. So it's terrible. Yeah. So amazing game. H4, H5, H6, H7, H8. Ginger GM recommended, right? This was the #1 game in a certain prison in England next year. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Botvinnik wasn't as bad as he played, but this isn't a Botvinnik lecture, so sorry. All right, we'll do one more game because Karen wants to go. Carbon Copy 0 subscribed. I was going to look at this game, but we're going to look at this game because we're not looking at the whole game. Okay, this is Smyslov Bronstein. I didn't want to look at the whole game. I just want to look at this one position. Okay. Notice that white's in check. Mm-hmm. So white has one legal move, my favorite move.
Bishop f1.
Bishop f1. Always play bishop f1. Right. Okay. Now white's up a pawn, and white's attacking the bishop on b8. You agree. Where can the bishop on b8 go? Correct. Yeah, nowhere.
I don't see a good square.
Right. There's not. Okay. And Bronstein said, whatever. And he played king h7, ignoring the bishop and getting his king off of the back row. Okay. And then Smyslov's like, thanks. And then he's like, yeah, you can have my bishop. Bishop d3, threatening queen takes bishop mate. Okay. You have one winning move with white. Good luck. You guys can try to answer in the chat also.
One winning move?
Well, you got one move that wins. Then you have a move where you're worse. Then you have all dead losing moves. So you better play the right one. Got like 30 legal moves. One of them wins. Remember, the guy's threatening queen takes f1 mate with advantage.
Yeah.
Whoever suggested queen d2, that's wrong because it's illegal. Queen g2 hangs the rook on b8, so that's also wrong. H6 wins. Wow. If H6 was legal, you might be right. Liquid Sword 89 has a point. Also Liquid Sword. 89. He's at 89. He's explaining why one of white's moves doesn't work. He says that doesn't work because of this. He's right. So what moves are you looking at to stop queen takes f1 mate?
Well, I only see defensive move.
Right. What moves would those be?
Queen g2.
Queen g2, you lose your rook on b8, so that's no good. What else?
Well, I mean, everything I see, you just lose material.
Such as?
Okay, well, queen, e4 check.
No, no good, right?
What
What else?
Let's see.
You can defend your bishop without playing queen g2. Defend it with
Yeah.
something else.
Okay, so knight, e3.
Knight e3 or knight d2. Either one. Knight e3, black plays rook takes e3. That don't work. Which somebody pointed out. So you have to
Yeah.
play knight d2.
Okay.
Okay. Now you can't play queen takes because rook takes rook.
Right.
Okay. And if you play rook takes here, this is sort of complicated, and then take the knight, so material's about equal.
Mm.
Now I go here or to d6, doesn't matter, and I pin the bishop to your queen. So I just take the bishop next move.
Oh, I see.
Okay. So queen takes loses because of rook takes rook, and rook takes loses because of what I just showed you. But Bronstein had a trick up his sleeve. You ready?
Mm.
He played rook e2. That threatens queen takes f2 check, which is pretty annoying because that's mate.
Mm.
It also threatens rook takes knight on d2. Now, the reason I'm showing the end of this game is I really like the next move that white played. I really like it because it does like 4,000 things. I've never seen a move do so much. It's not the only winning move. There's 2 winning moves, but this is my favorite move. So the first question is, how do you stop queen takes f2 check? How do you defend?
Well, you could say queen f3.
Queen f3. Queen f7 also wins, but queen f3 is cooler. Now, you defended this.
Mm-hmm.
You're threatening queen takes bishop check, right? See? And what's the big threat? What's white's big threat? It's big. Big threat. The biggest threat ever.
Well, I thought you already said taking. But that's
not mate.
Oh, I see. Queen takes h5.
Right. So black resigned because black's down a piece and white's taking all of black's pieces. The funniest variation is this. Takes, here. Now, most people, if you can call them people, would trade queens, take the rook, and win. That does win. I'm not arguing. You take the queen, take the rook, and white's obviously winning. Okay. But even better is taking the rook right away, because that defends your queen, so you win a whole rook instead of an exchange. And the queen defends the bishop. That's funny. It's funny to me. Yeah. Anyway, that's all ridiculous. So after queen f3, he resigned. So both sides were mating each other. One guy became world champion, one didn't. Now, what do they have in common? I beat them both. Although one was a rated game and one was a simul. Also, Bronstein beat me twice. Stupid Bronstein. Oh, horrible. Yeah, I was on a train once with Bronstein. I don't recommend it. Yeah.
Why?
He spends the whole time talking about how grandmasters are no good and everybody cheated me my whole life. Ugh. Yeah, I had to kill him. Yeah, queen f3 is a good move. I never saw a move do so much. It threatens everything and defends everything. Damn, that's a good move. Yeah, knight d2 is good. It wasn't defended, but it sort of was anyway. Yeah. Now, the thing is, for you people at home, if you can call yourselves people, you're like, oh, that was nice. He lucked into that. The reason it's nice is because he saw everything. When Smyslov, several moves ago, he saw all of this. He didn't go like, oh, I'm not losing. I go here. That's not what happened. When super GMs win by tactical means, they're not lucky. They see everything before, and then they do it. That's why it's good. Yeah.
Like
Strangers on a train.
That's what I like.
Mm-hmm. What can you tell me about strangers on a train?
That I haven't seen that. That's an older movie, right?
Yep. Who's the director?
Is that a Hitchcock?
It
movie?
is. What else can you tell me?
One.
What's the name of the good guy? The tennis player. What's his character's name?
Well, I haven't even seen this.
Guy Haynes.
Guy Haynes?
Yeah. Now, when the woman is strangled and killed, his wife,
Yeah.
that they're getting divorced, by Robert Walker, how does Hitchcock show her getting strangled? That's what made the movie famous. What did he do? If you didn't see it? Oh, she wears glasses, and then he's strangling her. Glasses fall off, and he shows the camera through her glasses, her getting strangled. That was supposed to be like amazing. That's what happened in old movies, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What a movie. Robert Walker was great. What a bad guy. Yeah. What was Robert Walker's character's name? Bruno.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
we'll have to watch this one.
No, that's one of my dad's favorite movies. No. You understand the plot of the movie?
No.
Oh. Bruno, Robert Walker hates his dad, and Guy Haynes is divorcing his wife, or vice versa. So they meet on a train. They don't know each other. And he says, I'll kill your wife and you kill my dad. And the guy's like, what? And then Robert Walker kills his wife and says, now you kill my dad. He's like, what? So then, then at the end of the movie is great. The very end, like when they're, yeah. I won't tell you about that.
Okay.
All right, let's see if these people know anything. Throw Bronstein from the train. Tactics, old movies, superhero. J.D. Salinger's favorite 13 Steps. What am I, my mom? Did you see The Witch? Oh, hey, it's Karen. Correct. I don't know. These guys, their taste in movies is like, is Cardi B in it? All right, let's see if Karen's following the news.
I haven't.
Which candidate recently hooked up with Cardi B? Which Democrat? They're working together. The answer is surprising unless you know. If you don't know, it's very surprising.
I haven't been watching.
Bernie Sanders.
Yeah.
And Cardi B. They're a team now. He said Cardi B is great. And then, you know what the next thing he said was? Who's Cardi B? Do you think 6 months ago Bernie Sanders heard of Cardi B? I'm going to say no.
Yeah.
No. We'll vote in the chat. Who thinks 6 months ago Bernie Sanders heard of Cardi B?
And I'm not even a Bernie fan. No, I think he had. He's a very
You
active.
made me care more. Very good. Who said you made me care more? And what television show was it? I can tell you the show if you want.
Okay.
Rick and Morty. You made me care more. Oh man, that's a great line.
Who said that?
Ice-T said it.
Oh.
Now, I don't want to burst your bubble at home. If you've seen the episode, Ice-T does not play Ice-T. They got like a voice actor to play. They couldn't get him. Yeah. Ice-T is like, your planet can go to hell, and he leaves. Then when the planet's about to be blown up, Ice-T saves it. He says, I care now. You made me care more. I care now. Yeah. Oh, man, that was great. It was water tea. That's right. It was water tea, later to become iced tea. He was iced tea, then he was water tea, and oh yeah.
Who is this Slice X?
This guy said Bernie used to date Cardi B.
Miss Finegold at the nearby Publix.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like something you would do.
Slice X.
Yeah. They're a perfect match. Bernie Sanders and Cardi B.
I think he's heard of her. He had heard of her before.
Karen, who was the handsome man next to you? At Benjamin, what? Confused. Can't wait for season 4 of Rick and or Morty. You have to wait till November. You could freeze yourself like Cartman. Then it would be out when you did it, right?
Mm-hmm. I agree with you, Output Coupler. I did not think the voice was a very good match.
With who? Ice-T?
Yeah.
Well, I thought it was Ice-T until I found out it wasn't. Can you look at the funny variation in this position again? Oh, you mean this, 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 this? There you go. How did I do? Was that it? Because of their prep. What? Rick H8 check, question mark. What? I don't understand the question. What
Which
about
question?
Rook H8? Why would you... What? Everybody's saying Rook H8, but I don't know why. Why is everybody hanging their rook? You guys all have brain damage? What's going on here? I think they all have brain damage. 3 people said rook h8.
They're not thinking about the pawn. It's hard to see the pawn moves sometimes.
No, they have brain damage.
No,
They when they fell on their head when they were a kid. Yeah. I don't even know when they want me to play rook h8.
See, trying to learn understands because
They don't see the pawn on g7.
It's hard to see which way they're going sometimes.
What?
Don't know why.
Trade rook for queen. You're just giving up your rook. If bishop takes e2, would you trade queens or take on e2? I would have resigned a long time ago. What? I'm down a rook. This didn't happen.
Of course, Mr. Pope, I understand all the bad moves.
No, but you can't. You can't have 3 people like hanging their rook.
Yes.
No.
Boo.
Boo.
Can't see it.
Boo. He's trying to learn. Boo. You're almost nice enough to make up for me. Almost. You gotta be nicer. Man, you guys are the worst. All of you. All right, so we have 376 viewers, and String Dog has 1.
No.
No, that's pretty good. That's more than he usually gets. That's like double what he usually gets.
I haven't even gotten to see his stream yet.
Yeah. What do you mean can't have 3 people hanging their rook? You should have 4. Yeah.
Let me see.
All right, we have to just sit here and do nothing so the commercials happen. We make some money. Yay, Output Coupler. 5 subs he donated. I knew doing nothing was the right thing to do. I always knew it was. Yeah. It's funny when I'm not streaming and we're like driving home or we're in bed. Like, I'm just insulting you guys nonstop more than when I actually am streaming. I'm like, remember that guy? And she's like, no. And I'm like, that idiot? Yeah. I mean, maybe I don't do that, but maybe.
Thank you, Output.
Can't remember. Output Coupler outputting the donations. I remember when Ben hung 6 rooks against me. There's no way I hung 6 rooks. It might have been 5. I thought it was 5 rooks. Wasn't it 5? Man, you stopped smoking weed. You must be rich now. Damn. Maybe it was... I thought it was 5. Yeah. Yeah, Nidor's book, I think, is better. Isn't Nidor's book in Spanish? Right? I think so.
I don't know.
I thought... Well, I mean, Bronstein's book is in Russian. All right, let's see who the smartest is. I've said this on the stream before, but you guys forgot. Which Michigan national master translated Zurich 53 from Russian to English? Go! Who knows it off the top of their head? Anybody? Anyone? Hikaru Nakamura. Good answer. Anand Carlson. I said Michigan national master. Man. LeBron James. Pragnananta. Pat Buchanan. Pat Buchanan's the closest answer so far.
Fred Lindsay. He's not a master.
He's a senior master.
Oh, is he?
He's 2,400.
Oh.
Yeah, they don't know. Yeah, they would have said if they knew. The correct answer is Jim Marfia. I actually sacked my rook and beat him. Walter Brown. It's Jim Marfia. Right. Well, when you look it up, obviously, you know. Adolf Hitler is incorrect, but close. Van der Sloot. Very good. Good answer.
Who is that?
He's the guy who does well on Puzzle Rush.
Oh, Van der Sloot?
Yeah. All right, let's see who knows more Shakespeare. You start.
Isn't Van der Sloot a famous killer, too?
I hope so. Maybe that's who it is. Maybe you were right. 500 Centidues. Great stream, Ben and Karen. I'm an off-brand version of Ice Cube. Chopped ice. Who's the Michigan guy who's 23 and doesn't know a single move of theory? He's only 2,200. That's Ali Lin. Yeah. Ooh, Adolf Linkler. You almost got it right. Adolf Linkler. Yeah, that's pretty good. Good character. All right, who should quote Shakespeare first, me or you? Do you know the Hamlet Gambit in chess? It's when you play bishop e3 sacking a pawn. I'll show you. How do I get a new board? What do I do? Okay. Let's see, analysis board. All right. So a guy in Michigan, he plays bishop e3 here. He calls it the Hamlet Gambit. Do you know why?
I guess it has something to do with to be or not to be.
Yeah, to be E3 or not to be E3. That
Oh.
is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind, continue, to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or take arms against the sea of troubles, and by opposing end them. You were the English major. To die, to sleep no more, and by a sleep to save in the heartache and thousand natural shocks that flesh is heir to die, to sleep, perchance to dream. Aye, there's the rub. For in that sleep of death, what dreams may come. That's also the answer to what's the worst movie ever made.
I was about to mix another quote in there.
What? You can't do that. All right, let's do more Shakespeare. All right, let's see. There's the rub, baby. Later. Tragically bad. Oh, Bishop E3? Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are dead. That has my guy in it.
Hey, I'm not a suspicious English
So Rosencrantz
major.
and Guildenstern, which I didn't see, that has Tim Roth and Tupac Shakur, I think. You agree?
Wait, say it again.
Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are dead.
Mm-hmm.
The movie.
I haven't even seen
Based on side characters in Shakespeare. I think that has Tim Roth and Tupac. Does it? Much ado about stuffing. What? Did you like Alec Baldwin's speech in Glengarry Glen Ross? I did. Tim Roth and Tupac. I think that's right. Yeah, that was some good acting. Now, if you don't know this, now you're going to know it. Let's see if Karen can get it. In my opinion, which is obviously correct, it's just fact.
Yeah.
What was Tim Roth's greatest role? I don't know if you saw the movie, so I don't know.
Oh,
I mean, that's where I learned who he was. Man, was he good. He stole the movie and he wasn't the star. He was like a side character.
his greatest movie?
Yeah, I mean, his greatest role. Like, he was just fantastic. Rob Roy. Did you see Rob Roy?
Mm-mm.
That's with some more other famous guy plays Rob Roy. Tim Roth is the bad guy's swordsman. There's a guy who's the bad guy, and he doesn't like... I forgot who the main character is. It's like some famous British actor or something. But anyway, I know his name, too. I can't think of his name. What's his name? Yeah, Liam Neeson. Liam Neeson's Rob Roy, right? And then there's this bad guy, and he's like, I don't like Rob Roy, vice versa. And then he gets his swordsman, who's Tim Roth. He's great. Yeah, you see Rob Roy?
No.
Oh, we gotta see Rob Roy.
Obviously, there are a lot of movies.
No, you gotta see Rob Roy. Good Will Hunting. What? And Tim Roth wasn't in Good Will Hunting. Boo! Which is better, Hamlet or Hateful Eight, where Sam Jackson kills the Confederate general? Any Sam Jackson thing is actually, yeah. He was Mr. Orange, that's correct. Yeah. Adam Sandler. Boo! Obviously, Val Kilmer stole Tombstone, frankly. He was way better in Pulp Fiction. Incorrect. Yeah. Tim Roth was good in Pulp Fiction. It wasn't the best. You know, in Pulp Fiction, Eric Stoltz, who plays the drug dealer,
Oh, yeah.
originally that role was to be played by, I'm horrified thinking about it, Quentin Tarantino. Oh, God, then we would have sucked then. Damn, but then they got Eric Stoltz. Ow. Now here's something you didn't know. Back to the Future, the movie, Eric Stoltz was the main character. He got fired. Then they put in Michael J. Fox. They said, you suck. And they put in Michael J. Fox. Yeah, true story. All right, did you see Ginger GM? Yeah, I saw Ginger GM because you guys talked about it.
But is that old news?
Ginger GM? I think it's pretty new. Nobody knew about it except the people who knew about it. Yeah. All right, String Dog has 11. Should I rate him or just leave?
Well, it seems like you should rate him. Is his stream pretty good?
Mm-hmm.
Is his
Raid.
stream, what do you guys think?
String bet.
Yeah, Honky Bless is always right. That's probably true.
Oh, I typed everything in and it wasn't there.
He has good music.
Oh.
He's just trying to learn. Well, that's something.
Oh, I had made a mistake when I typed his name. I'm rating Snoop Dogg. Damn. Stools was too serious. I got more joke.
Bye. See you
Bye,
guys.
bye, Ben and Karen. What's my favorite character in Pulp Fiction? Probably Bonnie, right? You agree? That was a joke. You know who Bonnie was, right? It's Quentin Tarantino's wife. No, she's not really in the movie. All right. No, but seriously, my favorite character in Pulp Fiction is